With that out of the way, we can start doing the pyramids properly now. Pikachu. Even though Pikachu is the mascot of the game by virtue of it being a defender.
Hi trainers, welcome to the ultimate tier list for the season 19 of Pokemon Unite. This tier list serves as a comprehensive guide to find out which Pokemon dominates the battlefield. Whether you are a seasoned pro or a new recruit, this tier list will surely help you to make strategic choices. To start off, we have Zoroark here, the master of illusions.
So I haven't played it yet, but from what I see in the hands of a good player, it's mid or below mid. I haven't played it yet. I had played Zeraora on a limited license, and as long as you are decently good with it, you are a tier. Macian. I think I don't have to talk much about it. X strong. It was strong when it released, but it's not that strong anymore. Also, it's banned from rank status. Miraidon. X strong Pokemon. Strong at launch, not so anymore. Mewtwo X, Mewtwo Y. With that out of the way, we can start doing the pyramids properly now. Jigglypuff. I haven't played with it yet. Venusaur is very good for balance. Venusaur is a great counter for balance. Its Battle Dance build is very good. But the only problem with Venusaur is, as you can probably guess, it's all down. It's very slow. That's the biggest problem with Venusaur. That's why I can't put it in A. I put it in A minus minus. Urshifu has two sides, and both of those sides I think are below me because it's a high skill level Pokemon. And Umbreon is very mean, and we'll put it in mid tier. Tyranitar. I actually don't think Tyranitar is strong enough to change the meta. I don't think Tyranitar is strong enough to destroy the entire enemy team on its own, or it's not as broken as Situation, Rhydon, or Mutex and Muto Y on its launch. But the thing is, it's the devs did a pretty good job this time while trying to balance the game, and that's why we have to pick the strongest out Pokemon of the month as the to the escape. As of right now, Tyranitar is the strongest Pokemon. No questions asked. That and the meta is changing, being changed by it. Ninetales and Slowbro and Pokemons like that are going to be in A tier because they can counter. They are a good counter to Tyranitar. So the meta is being shaped by Tyranitar. So I think Tyranitar deserves to be in F tier. And the next Pokemon is Trevanant. Trevanant is considered a defender in the game, but actually it's an attacker. At least I believe so because its attack stats are off the charts for a defender, man. So I think it's a good attacker, and it also has good defense by virtue of it being a defender. So I think it deserves to be on A tier. So Serena is very good at countering Tyranitar. As Unite shut Tyranitar down, it forces Tyranitar to go away from the group battle. And as you all know, Tyranitar is very good at group battles. When it activates its sand, the ancient powers and the sand, true damage to everyone. So the defense stats are completely ignored. The shields are completely ignored, and it's a raid boss basically. So it does a lot of damage in all of your parties together. So if you can force it to retreat from where your party is, then the rest of your gang and the rest of your teammates are in Pokemon Unite. Then you have a pretty good shot at defeating the enemy team. With Tyranitar near you, you guys will find it very hard to beat the enemy team. But if we force Tyranitar to retreat, then you guys have a pretty good shot. That's why I think Serena deserves to be here. Talonflame's Unite move also does the same thing, but it's a little unreliable compared to Serena. That's why it's behind Serena on this one. Trevenant is behind both of them. It's a good attacker, but it can't shut Tyranitar down. So yeah, it's behind both in that aspect. Talonflame's Unite move can stop Tyranitar, but it hits the wall most of the time unless you are very skilled with it. So yeah, that's the moment. That's why I think I should put it in mid here. But Serena's Unite move doesn't miss as much. It's a single enemy focused Unite move that you can always use. It doesn't miss, so I think it's more reliable than this. I am Sylveon on me, but I haven't played it much yet. Slowbro. I think Slowbro is also pretty good at stopping Tyranitar, but its defense stats are not. That's why I'm putting it in mid tier. upper mid. Yeah, yeah. The reason why I put Slowbro there is because this Unite move, Psychic Beam, you can use that to stop Tyranitar in place, and that if when you stop Tyranitar in place, he stops dealing true damage and the sand around him goes away. That means your team can hop near you and attack Tyranitar and kill him. That makes it so that killing Tyranitar becomes easier, and uh, Slowbro also has other moves that slows him down or uh, stops him from moving, stands him basically. So yeah, I think Slowbro is a pretty good counter, but not as good as Serena or the Ninetales. Ninetales goes because of Tyrant, because it's a good Tyrant counter. Aurora Veil and Atling Leaf allows you to shut Tyranitar down pretty well. And if you use your Unite move, Frozen World at the right time, you can probably knock their team, a significant portion from the enemy team out. So yeah, I think it's a good counter. Snorlax, I have a strategy for countering Tyranitar in mind, but I haven't tried it out. So without that strategy, I think it's below mid as of right now. No, no, it's in mid tier, I think, because of its tough attack speed, attack stat. But if the strategy works, I think it could be promoted to A tier because it can counter Tyrant. I'll post a video on that very soon. I haven't played Scizor and Scyther and Scizor and Scyther. Yeah, Sableye. I think Sableye is a pretty good Pokemon, but it's not my playstyle. So in my opinion, it's Pikachu. Even though Pikachu is the mascot of the game, it's not receiving any buffs, and the playstyle for Pikachu is not that good. Yeah, I mean you can knock other people out, but Tyrant, it's not good against Tyrant. It can act as a main attacker, but it the best build for Pikachu I think is the one with the Volt Tackle and the Electro, so it has to dive in close for the Volt Tackle, and when that happens, go into close combat with Tyranitar, and Pikachu just can't hold its own hold candle when Tyranitar shows up for close combat. So yeah, I think Tyranitar, sorry, because of Tyranitar, Pikachu is below mid. Mr. Mime is an ATA Pokemon, I think, because you can use the wall to like block Tyranitar from proceeding. If you can shut Tyranitar down and keep him from reaching a region, you can do area denial attacks specifically on Tyranitar to make sure he doesn't reach your team. If you do that and hit the Tyranitar, then you team's good, then they can handle the rest of the Pokemon no problem. You can also use Mr. Mime to make sure that the enemy doesn't steal farm or steal objectives and stuff. It's a good way to block other Pokemon. Mimikyu attacks in long range, and when I played Mimikyu, I thought it was pretty good, so I think it should go to Meteor. No, Mew would have been placed in Meteor, but I have been reading comments online and Reddit discussions show that Reddit discussions with people saying that its attack power is too little, so people are escaping from Mew too easily. So I think it needs to go to below mid-tier. Mioscarada has that flower petal dance build that you can use to counter Teeter, but I haven't played Mioscarada much, so I don't know how it would be. So yeah, it has to go to haven't played yet. Metagross is very good at counter. Okay, so no. Metagross, the specialty, Metagross' specialty is shield, and Tyranitar rips through shield very easily. That's why Metagross, even with the buff, I think is in on the top position for below mid. It's almost it, but not there yet. Uh, and that's just the Tyranitar is on the enemy team. If Tyranitar is not in the enemy team, then I think it has to go to A tier or mid tier at the very least. If Tyranitar is there, then it goes to below mid. I played Lucaria for a while, but I think people are not playing it now, so it's dead right now. But I think it's stronger than Pikachu or Mew right now. Lapras, I have no opinion on Lapras. I haven't played it like ever. Inteleon is very good at stealing objectives, and it's like an assassin, sort of how Greninja used to be back in the day. So it's very good. It's pretty good. It's not as good as Tserena or Ninetales, but it's reasonably good. The problem is if you somehow fall on in close range compared with Tyrant or you are that man, that's the problem with Inteleon. It's not bulky. So one or two hits from Tyranitar and you're toast. You have to retreat. You have to always stay on the outer ranges of stay away from Tyranitar. You can't get attacked by Tyranitar. That's it basically. So that's why I think it should go to below mid. Amazon is actually pretty good. I think it has a freezing move that allows you to freeze uh freeze and stun Tyranitar in place, and then you can use your Unite move on him. If you do that and your team is there to back you up, then you can. I think you can take Tyranitar out, no problem. Leafeon is also very good. I think it's not a counter against Tyranitar per se, but it's in the mid tier. No, Greninja. I love Greninja, but I don't think it's as strong as it used to be. So I think it needs to go to that tier. In the hands of a low skill player, I think Greninja is in that tier. And if the player is very skilled, even then it should be above Pikachu, but still for that level of skill, Pikachu would go. Yeah, it's what it is. I'm placing it at lower mid tier, below mid tier. That's it. I think Macham's there. I haven't played it yet. That's the problem. From what I can see, Macham's that Koopa is a good supporter Pokemon, but it's very squishy and Tyranitar can kill it in one go. The part of the appeal with Koopa is that you can teleport your entire team to an objective or a group fight. When the fight starts, all of you can be there, and he can also teleport you back to the home base if necessary. But with Tyranta wants all of you to guys to be in one place, and with that, I think the appeal of Koopa is a little less. No, if a rainbow, if when Tyranta gets eventually nerfed, I think Koopa will regain some of its glory back. But as of right now, I think it's in below mid tier. But when squishy Pokemon or meat Pokemon become the meta, or when Pokemon like Metagross becomes the main meta, then Super will be very useful because you can use Super to jump in to objectives and jump into the ray fight with your entire team. Gyarados is, as you know, guys know, very good at late game. That's the time when Tyranitar also starts becoming a problem because after level 9, Tyranitar fully evolves and then the map is out of hand. That's why I think Gyarados is pretty good as of right now because it's a Pokemon that becomes like disproportionately stronger during the late match compared to the early game. Gengar is pretty much dead because even in the hands of a high skill player, it's very hard to operate. And difficult for Gengar is very hard to adapt to for beginners, and it's like constantly being nerfed. So I don't think it's going to be a viable Pokemon for a while. I haven't played Goodra yet, but from what I can read online, from the comments that I've been seeing on Reddit and other Discord and stuff, I think Goodra is doing pretty okay. It's like very good at surviving uh, attacks from like heavy attacker type Pokemon like Tyrant. It regains its HP very quickly. It's very good at regenerating HP, and if you use Acid Spray and Potion in your build, then you have very good survivability with Gudra. So yeah, I think Green and Sweat guys. Green has a weird playstyle, and most people won't be able to adapt to Green and playstyle. Most people will find it very hard to adapt to Green and playstyle, and in even if you can adapt to this Green style, it's a very hard Pokemon to win with Sylveon. I think Sylveon can shut Tyranitar down pretty decently, but it's generally not that strong in the hands of most players that I'm seeing. When I'm playing matches, the Leafeon is not that strong most of the time. in the hands of enemies. So I think it needs to go to below mid tier. Gardevoir. Gardevoir's special ability that allows it to create black hole and stuff is a pretty useful good, ability. Pulls on the nearby on the nearby Pokemon to isolate them onto the core of the black hole. So I think Gardevoir is pretty good at separating Tyranta from the one. So it can go here, or I think it should stay here because Gardevoir is a supportive Pokemon and it doesn't have any bulk to go in Tyranta. But its Unite move is good, so I think it can go here or here. That's fine. I think this is more appropriate. I don't own an Espeon. I use Phalanx on a limited license on in Pokemon Unite, and it's pretty broken, guys. So I think Phalanx has to go to 80th, especially the no retreat and Iron Head build. That's like such an OP build. Garchomp is unless the Garchomp is below mid if you have a Tyrant in opposite team because Garchomp like rules close combat, but Tyrant when it comes in contact, but when it tries to fight Tyrant, it doesn't do as well. So I think it would be in A tier or mid tier if there's no Tyrant on the enemy team. But if there is a Tyrant, Eldegoss is very good after Gleason buff, so it can occupy the mid tier. It's not A tier yet, but it's close. It's close. Guys, I think that all down with that because it's very bulky and you are with the roll down. I think essentially you are trading movement speed for attack, but its attack stats are not that high as of right now. So I don't think increased attack power makes up for the lack in mobility. That's the problem. Next, Dragapult. Hmm, I don't own a Dragapult, but it looks very cool. So I'll be interested in buying and trying it out after a few days when I collect enough money to buy Dragapult. Dragonite. Dragonite is a mid-tier Pokemon, I think, because its Unite move is very versatile. It allows you to jump around the map. And yeah, if you are playing as a team, I think Dragonite can even be an A-tier Pokemon. But if you are doing solo queue, then I think it's a mid-tier Pokemon because it doesn't stand a chance against Tyranto. Dodrio. Dodrio is an A-tier. Well, Dodrio is in mid tier. I think. Yeah, that should be enough. Dodrio is in mid tier because you have to constantly keep moving. That's one thing. And the second thing is that it's not that bulky, so it gets killed easily by Tyrant. But if you kite around Tyrant well enough, it can. If you are kiting around Tyrant, it's an ETA Pokemon. But if you Tyrant and other bulky, strong attacker type Pokemon like that, but if you are not going to do that, then it's in mid tier. Again, even for Delphox, if you are kiting around the enemy and making sure you are not getting hit, it's in A tier. Otherwise, it's in mid tier. But above Venusaur. Residua is that man. Both of its builds I don't think are viable because it's too squishy for the amount of attack power you get. I don't think it's like the roll down. I don't think the increased attack power makes up for the squishiness. At least for me, it's very squishy. I get KO'd very easily with this Pokemon, and even for other people that I'm seeing, they get KO'd very easily. Or even on the enemy team, my team can pretty easily kill the Residua. So yeah. Castle is a unique counter to Tyranta. If you use your walls to properly isolate and push Tyranta away from your team, I think Castle can work as a good counter. But I don't see many players using Castle like that. It's very hard to do that. That's why. So I think because of that, it has to go to this mid. It's better than Snorlax. No. It's a little worse than Snorlax and Archum, but it's better than Mimikyu, I guess. Cramorant. Because of the recent buffs, you can kite around Tyranta with Cramorant pretty well, and that's the only way that I have seen players play it most of the time. That's the way that I have seen players playing the Cramorant majority of the time with dive air slash. So yeah, I think uh, Cramorant is pretty OP for kiting. This Pokemon should be below mid tier or mid tier, but I don't own this. compare those to mid-tier or A-tier. If you get a nice lane partner that can pairs up well with compare, you are in A-tier. Otherwise, it's in mid-tier. I'm look. The mid-tier is not organized according to which one is better. It's a random garbled mess. So yeah, keep that in mind. It's not in any specific order. I tried to order it a while ago, but I don't think this represents well. I think all mid-tier Pokemon are almost on the same level. So yeah, don't look too much into the order. Don't read too much into the order, guys. Cinderace is dead now. I don't care about Cinderace. Its attacks were good a while ago, but right now I don't care about Cinderace. It's not good enough. It's not a good attacker type Pokemon. Charizard is so close to being A tier or mid tier, but no, because of our favorite menace Tyranitar and other Pokemon which are in the meta right now, like Trevanant, and Alon and Ninetales, and Mr. Mime, all of those Pokemon can shut Charizard down pretty well. That's why it's in below mid tier. Buzzwole is still good. I don't think people are picking it as much as before because I think I think people don't realize people forgot about Basur because Tyrantor is so OP right now, and because of all the Pokemon above it. But I think it's still pretty good. It's as good. It's not as good as it was a few patches ago when Lifesteal was so OP that you had to kite around Basur and deny it objectives and stop it from leveling it, kind of like what we are doing to Tyrantor right now. But still better than most Pokemon in the below mid tier, except for Metagross. I think Metagross should be in mid tier, above Basul. Yeah. Okay, not above Basul, it should be in mid tier with Basul. Chandelure, I don't have a specific opinion on Chandelure. I haven't played it much, so I don't. Blastoise got nerfed, but still one of a good Pokemon for pushing your enemy away and securing objectives and stuff in general. So I think it's still a viable option if, in your arsenal. So I think it should be in mid tier. Haven't played a Blissey yet. I haven't played Blaziken either. I played Azumarill on a limited time Unite license, and player of Azumarill was a very good Pokemon. It was, if nothing else, it was very fun to play with. At least in my personal opinion, I think it should be in the mid tier. Absol is a speedster, and like in true speedster fashion, it's in mid tier. I don't think any speedster will be in below tier because most speedsters are good in Pokemon. In Pokemon Unite Speed, at least there's one class of Pokemon that you can pick and be sure are not bad as long as your playstyle is. As long as your playstyle doesn't require you to like jump in and stay in battle for too long, you can pick any speedster Pokemon and you will be pretty good. But the catch is that you need to retreat whenever you are alone, as these Pokemon are not bulky. They lose bulk in order to improve their movement speed. So as long as you adapt your playstyle to the speedster Pokemon, I think these speedster Pokemon are pretty good. I feel like AG Slash is not as good as it used to, but it's not dead yet. So I think AG Slash should go to below mid tier. It's not. There are many Pokemon that can counter it now and shut it down and stuff. That alone 19 can stun AG Slash and stop it from attacking and stuff. So I think it should fall into the below mid tier. But if devs buff this even a little bit more, I think it will go to mid tier. But because of all the stuns and shutdowns that it has to deal with, it's in below mid tier.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys have any suggestions for future videos, then feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Also, if you made it this far and want to watch more fun videos made by me, then consider subscribing.